Hey everybody, how are you? I just got back from seeing Dark Phoenix. So a couple of things. Number one, stay with me through this whole video because I promise you it's going to be short because it's late. But I definitely wanted to get this out to you and share my thoughts on Dark Phoenix. Don't worry, I will not spoil anything, but I'm especially excited to share it with you because it's not getting very good reviews. I think right now it might be sitting at a 22 on Rotten Tomatoes as of the recording of this video. But in general, when you look across social media, the reviews for this film are not coming in favorably. And you probably know that this film went through a lot to get to the big screen. Some reshoots, they moved back the start date of the film. I think it was supposed to be 6 months to a year ago. A lot is going on in bringing this movie to the big screen. So, is this movie, though, as bad as what they say? For all that it's gone through, is it as bad as what they say? And I would say, yes, it is as bad as what they say. This movie suffers from a lot of different problems, but it really does miss the mark on really 4 core areas that you need to have. If you are going to have a good movie, you definitely need good performances, good acting, right? You need good writing, you need good directing, and then you need good cinematography. When we can bring all 4 of these together, when we can bring all 4 of these together, you can really get a good film. Now, as far as the performances go, the biggest problem there is that none of the actors really seem to inhabit or embrace the roles of their characters. They all seem kind of one note, kind of flat. They actually seem kind of disinterested in performing their roles, which is a strange thing given the cast that we have in this film. We've got some A-list actors in this film. We've got Michael Fassbender, we've got Jessica Chastain, we've got James McAvoy, Sophie Turner, Jennifer Lawrence. So we have some folks that we know do good work because we've seen them do good work in other movies. They just don't do good work here. Now, that leads me to the writing, which is probably part of why the performances were so bad, because the script was so bad. The problem with the script really, I think, is an issue of experience. I just think that Simon Kinberg does not have the experience to pull off a script like X-Men, especially a script like Dark Phoenix, given that it really is a culmination of basically 20 years of X-Men movie making, the first one being in 2000. He doesn't have the ability to write a movie on the scale or with the technical skill that he needs to have to write this movie and it come off well. I do want to say, though, this is a hard movie to write. It's a hard movie to shoot and direct, as a matter of fact. It's an X-Men movie. Anytime you have a superhero movie with multiple superheroes and a somewhat complex storyline, it's a difficult thing to pull off. And for him, he just doesn't have the ability to do that. He's not quite there yet, which leads to his directing of the film, and it really essentially follows the same problems. The directing is very one note. It's almost kind of like directing 101, but again, I think that this is an issue of his lack of experience. He just doesn't have the directing skill to give us what we expect from our superhero movies as of date, and as a result of that, the directing of the film suffers also. Now, the cinematography kind of suffers the same thing, again, in the sense that it seems very basic, and it almost seems that the cinematographer doesn't really understand the idea of how action set pieces work. And as a result of that, when we get action sequences within the film, visually they look fine, they're shot okay, but they're not very dynamic, they're not very grand, they're not very large in scope. Guys, thank you so much for watching this review. Now, let's go talk about Blue Marvel. Follow me over there because I'm making an argument for him being in the MCU. Guys, if you like this video, make sure that you give it a like. I will definitely see you in the comments. I love you guys as always. If you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, and I will see you on the next video.